Hello, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers podcast. We're not doing a podcast. This is actually a top 10. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
And my name is James Baker.
And we're going to talk top 10. Actually, we're going to pick Jody's top 10 sci-fi movies of all time. And we're doing this as a series. So if you want to subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I guess we'll get started with you, Jody. And obviously, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
You might have told me I was first.
We did. We talked about it before you changed your T-shirt.
Oh, did you? Was I upstairs changing my T-shirt?
I think you maybe just left.
What it was I had a black T-shirt on, and I thought these guys had made an effort, so I thought I'd better make an effort as well. So
it's true. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Okay. I thought for a top 10, this for us all to do. I thought do a top 10 sci-fi movies, but not Star Wars. Kind of hone it into feels like we've been talking a lot about Star Wars as well, apart from anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, so these are my top 10. Right?
Go
not
for
in
it.
any particular order. I've got Close Encounters by Steven Spielberg, 1977, which is an epic movie in every sense of the word. A spiritual movie as well, very spiritual. And it's one of those movies when I was a kid, it never kind of quite leaves you. You know, it's religious in a way, and it's very unique because it actually there's not many movies that you actually have an experience where you meet the aliens until E.T. came round, which was apparently supposed to be a direct sequel to Close Encounters.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
E.T., but eventually the script changed and things like that, and it just became its own thing. But originally it was supposed to be.
Wow, how interesting.
They leave one behind, and
Oh. Okay.
Oh wow, very cool.
It was so
kind of wish it wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you could still see it as because the spaceship's kind of a little bit similar and stuff like that. And it's still Spielberg, so it's got the feel of it, and stuff. But Close Encounters, it's great. Richard Dreyfuss, fantastic. Terry Garr is in it.
Terry Garr, yeah. I think
she's the wife, isn't she? Yeah. The way he kind of goes, everybody thinks he's going crazy. It's dead realistic. It's almost like a kitchen sink drama.
Francois Truffaut, the famous French director, is in it as well.
Yeah, that's right. The music, obviously.
Music's beautiful. Aye.
I think there'll be a few
John Williams
mentioned in this.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, my next one.
Sorry,
is,
just before you go any further, just on the Close Encounters, I just always remember Dreyfuss going slightly mad in the kitchen, and he's got the mashed potato, and he's like building the mountain. And to this day, if I get mashed potato on my plate, do that.
Me too.
Mimic that. I mean, it's bizarre. I mean,
or
I just do it.
Put it on the side as well with a fork.
I do the fork thing. Sometimes I break off the broccoli and maybe just I go a bit further and stick in some trees. I do that. I do it. Every time I get mashed.
I get the little sherbet saucers and I put them strategically on my plate as well.
Nice. I'm gonna try that next time.
I put sunscreen on one side of my face so that only one side of my face goes red.
I bought a pickup truck because that.
I just do the mash.
That's actually true. That's one of the reasons why I went.
Did you? I believe that. A great movie, and of course you got the iconic bam, bam, bam,
yeah,
of course.
And there's a disco version out there of that. So
is there?
There is. It's ancient.
Also, the original screenplay was by. I'm not reading this, by the way. I just know it. Was by Paul, and I'm not showing off. But I know it.
Showing off.
Paul Schrafer that he wrote a lot of stuff for Martin Scorsese, like Taxi Driver, My God, he wrote Taxi Driver. Did he write Raging Bull? Anyway, he wrote a few with Scorsese, but he wrote the first draft of Close Encounters, and it was supposed to be even more spiritual than the version as you see on screen the way it is now.
Yeah,
there's a few different cuts of it as well, isn't there?
Well, I didn't know that if there was.
I don't know. I have it in Blu-ray, and I still I haven't watched it yet, and I've had it for a couple of years, and I don't know why.
We watched it recently. It was on the Sci-Fi channel.
Mhm.
And we watched it recently. It's still dynamite. It's great.
Aye, it is. Good choice.
Yeah. Next, I've got The Fly, not the original one. I've got David Cronenberg's one from blah 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 1980 something.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what. Brundlefly.
Brundlefly, yeah.
Aye, Jeff Goldblum.
Gina Davis.
Big Jeff. Was that his first? Was that his first movie?
No,
I think it was
Earth
Girls
Girls Are Easy. Was,
with
I think probably one of his first.
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis, aye. Yeah. Always remember the beginning of that movie. Gina Davis in her bikini, and he was like spying on her from space.
Was he the blue one?
In my brain. Now you're asking. I don't know. But it was. He's such an odd character, isn't he? He's so strange. Such a big character as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the original Fly. Can you guys remember the black and white one?
No.
Vincent Price was in it. He was the brother.
Was it Vincent Price? Was it?
Yeah. At the very spoilers, but he comes along with a rock at the end and goes onto the help me.
Aye.
Kills him.
But it's such a weird story, and David Cronenberg obviously makes it so creepy. It's unbelievable. Danny just burst in there.
It's a bit more believable as well because it's a gene splicer that he builds in the Cronenberg one. So it's basically the fly DNA mixes up with the human DNA and ends up with this oral hybrid. And
it's it's when he does the test versions, and it's like just a globule of something splatted in the
inside
pod.
Yeah,
it's like if you microwaved Skittles or something like that. That's what you get.
1986 it was. I had to look it up. It was bugging us.
Was it 86? Was it? That was a good year.
Aye. It was a good year.
Aye, it was.
For sure.
Okay, then next I've got, I don't know if you know this one, Time Crimes.
Never heard of this.
The Spanish film by Nacho Vigalondo from 2007. I didn't know who directed it or anything, but I think he went on to direct a movie called, was it Colossal, with who was Catwoman in the Rises?
Oh,
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Yep.
Aye. I think that was his next movie he did, where she has dreams about being this big giant terrorising Hong Kong or Japan or somewhere. But anyway, this was his first film, Time Crimes, and it's basically this guy, this older guy, and he's kind of out in his garden, and he looks out and he sees this girl. So he gets his binoculars and he looks, and she's like taking her top off and stuff like that, and he's like, "Go on here," and then he goes to find her, right, and he ends up in this kind of lab, and he goes back in time, and it's like a time loop of the same scene. So there's multiple versions of himself in it. It's a total brilliant.
Wow, that sounds great.
It's amazing, by the way. It's amazing.
What's it called then? Time Crimes.
Time Crimes. I've tried to check. See, when I was doing this list, I tried to check to see if it was on Netflix. And it's a total mind blower, and it's brilliant. I need to try and find it again. It's fantastic.
Very cool.
I might actually try and get it in DVD because it's so good. My next one is Planet of the Apes.
Which one?
The very first one, 1968, with the mind blowing ending. of
Chuck Heston.
when he realises he's actually on Earth and he's been way far in the future where men don't exist and humans are gone.
Yeah. Well, no, they're still there. They're
totally mind blowing. Charlton Heston, isn't it?
Yeah.
Charlton Heston. Aye. You can pry my gun from my cold dead hands.
Yeah.
I know.
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that just doesn't. That has not aged well.
No,
that line has not aged well. That's for sure. Was it about that? Was that where that came from? Race riots?
I mean, he had.
I know it's too much.
You don't have Soylent Green on the list here, which I think is equally as good as Planet of the Apes.
The one? Sorry?
Soylent Green. I really like that movie. Anyway, he did quite a few of these kind of sci-fi movies around that time. He did the Mega Man, he did Soylent Green, he did Planet of the Apes. And they've all got morality tales, but the Planet of the Apes is based. It's a French author, isn't it? That did the original book, I think.
Yeah, it could be. It was directed by Franklin J. Schaffner, who I don't know what else he directed. He might be a massive. I mean, we're not good for facts here, but he might be a massive director.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my next one. Then I'm going to go Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Don Siegel, 1956.
Yeah.
Don Siegel went on to direct Escape from Alcatraz.
He did, and Dirty Harry as well.
Yeah.
Nice one.
I did not realise he directed that movie.
Yeah.
I picked that one. I was going to pick The Day That Earth Stood Still because those two stick with me as oldie movies. But I picked that one because of the real creepiness of it. It's really quite creepy. It's almost horror.
But it's the whole Cold War, sleeper agents. They could be any heads in the bed, paranoia thing. Whereas I think The Day the Earth Stood Still is as good as it is and as good as sci-fi as it is. Not really much happens.
It starts up. Well, we're not talking about that one, but you will. Not that I've seen your list.
Spoilers.
But,
get into the next one, we find out.
But Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I love that scene at the beginning. You know, the wee ridge with the wee picket fence, and then you kind of see it, landing and stuff, and that's where the pods, the spaceship and stuff. Love it. I tried to watch that this week, but I couldn't get it anywhere. You can obviously get it on Amazon if you pay for it, but I couldn't get it anywhere. You'd pay for it. You need to pay for it to get it on Amazon or something, but I thought it might have been a Netflix or something, but no, it's not. Unfortunately. Then I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh, absolutely love that.
1968. What a total enigma that movie is. It's like doesn't explain anything really. It's so well shot. The special effects still stand up to today. The mystery of it still stands up.
The silence in space.
Aye.
That's amazing.
The use of orchestral music in it, which later influenced Star Wars, and also the actual special effects and stuff. I love the fact that
Reggie Perrin in space.
Reggie Perrin, I know.
He is.
Remember seeing him walking down the kind of the large spaceship, and it was spinning to create artificial gravity, and he's just walking down it, and it's just like, that's Reggie Perrin.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's in space.
It's bizarre.
It's serious in it as well. He's not like, Miss Jones, and all that kind of stuff.
I know.
Yeah. He's like full on. He's playing on an iPad as well, which is the other bizarre thing.
and they're doing FaceTime. And when they're doing it properly, just
FaceTime. Of course,
That's
right. That's right.
Arthur C. Clarke totally predicted that, just absolutely nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that? But I don't know if it's quite widely known, but there's obviously people think that it was based on his book, but it wasn't. It was Arthur C. Clarke and Kubrick worked on that movie in parallel, and Kubrick actually overtook him with the ideas. So Arthur C. Clarke had to start to add things in from the movie.
Yeah.
It was kind of that way, not the other way around. No.
Only he did a better job of it than those two guys that did the final season of Game of Thrones.
Certainly did.
I'm pretty sure they didn't get that Star Wars gig, did they? Because that last season there's Game of Thrones. Like Kathleen Kennedy was like that.
A lot of cost.
That's all right.
So we're going to go in a different direction.
You might be right. Yeah, you might be right because of the way they did it.
Yeah.
Just before you move any further on it, I always talk about the music of a film with the kids, and obviously they have what's the fanfare they use? The fanfare of the Commonwealth. In the kind of bum 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 bum. Is it the fanfare of the Commonwealth?
I don't know.
But it's a fanfare regardless. That's what it's called. And then the Mandalorian, they use a fanfare. Like it's literally the last 15 to 20 seconds of the Mandalorian theme is the fanfare. And whenever it comes on and we're watching the Mandalorian, we're just cheering for it. And I always recall I said to the kids, well, that's the same a similar type of fanfare used in Rocky, used in Creed, used in The Mandalorian, it's or 2001, I should say. So we often talk about the fanfares.
Absolutely. But the Star Wars theme is a total rip-off of an orchestral thing from a number of years ago as well.
Yeah, it's the Planet Suite. It's Mars. If you listen to the Mars Planet Suites, then
I have done.
I'm not, I can't remember what it's exactly from, but
no, it's from
it definitely is. It's the planets. I can't remember who done it.
Holst?
I don't know. Gillian's dad, knowing that I like Star Wars, he was just like, listen to this, like Star Wars. This is where it came from. Put it on. Lifted the old needle, put it on the record player.
It's exactly like it. Like it.
Totally. It's amazing, actually, piece of music.
Holst. Yeah. Holst.
So amazing.
Oh, just quickly, just while you were talking about 2001, Gillian's dad also watched a thing on BBC iPlayer Scotland about the IBM factory in Greenock.
I used to work there.
Did you actually used to work there? It sounds like a pretty amazing company to work for. And he was saying in the documentary, which you can catch on BBC iPlayer, that Hal from 2001, because Arthur C. Clarke was so into old things IBM, named Hal. If you take Hal and put IBM underneath it, it's just the next letter.
Yeah.
But
it's just one down, one up. Sorry.
That's it. And he just had a big thing for IBM, and that's where he got Hal from.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a myth.
He also has a huge big thing for if you read Rama and Rama Gardens of Rama and all that kind of stuff. He has a character in there called Hamlet, and Hamlet is shortened sometimes to Prince Hal, and that's also another thing.
Oh right, okay, another. And then what else? He calls
him Prince Hal quite a lot in Rama.
And then taking the Hal thing, obviously it's the red eye. They use that in Tesla.
Yeah.
The Tesla cars when they turn them off at night, etc., or turn them off in general, not necessarily at night. But they have the red eye on the main pad at the front. I'm not familiar with Teslas, but they use the Hal eye.
They also have a launch control, and it's called ludicrous speed.
Just another fact on that as well. See when Hal gets powered down and he starts singing Daisy Daisy. Apparently that was the first time that they ever did a synthetic voice was back in the 50s or 60s, and that's what they taught it to sing was Daisy Daisy.
Wow!
Does your garden grow? So they see the attention to detail in that movie is like mind blowing. And they actually used NASA as well, which we'll probably touch on for another movie later on. They used two NASA guys and said, like, where is space? Where is the technology in space going that we can create our movie so that it won't be dated, type thing.
Wow. Wow, that's
mind-blowing stuff.
That is cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So then I'm going to go AI, Steven Spielberg.
I've seen that, actually. I'm interested in that.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
I have seen it. I have.
Yeah.
What was the controversy about that at the time? There was something happened around the end of it. Was there not?
Kubrick died. That was the controversy, and
that's it.
No, he didn't die at the end.
No,
Kubrick died before. It was Kubrick's baby. He the whole thing designed and stuff, and then
he was too busy eyes wide shut, and he forgot all about it, and then he was like,
well, we had it in production. He had a lot of things in kind of boiling about kind of thing, ideas. But he had that one most progressed, and that was going to be his next project, I think. And they handed that over to Steven Spielberg to
Stevie
to direct. And you thought it, you might have thought it might have been a wee bit kind of Steven Spielberg-esque, but we know Steven Spielberg now. He does so many different movies. It's he's turned his hand to anything, and he kept the spirit of the Kubrick thing with all this kind of sexiness and all that, and the kind of violence of it. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's.
Do you know what? I've not seen it. There's a few films on your. I've not seen it. There's a few films on your list, Jody. I've not seen it, and that's the reason I'm writing them down, because I'm going to go and watch the ones I've not.
Yeah, you should.
I've not seen.
You should watch that one.
True Crimes and Time Crimes and AI.
Yeah, it's almost like a film with two halves. The first half of it is like this family, this couple that have lost their kid is in a coma, and
smiling about that.
Night.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you get the kiss.
Some people
and
do.
A cuddle.
Night.
Oh, Danny.
Right, Danny.
Evelyn, can you shut that door, please? Sorry.
Darling.
Where was I? Yeah, the first half of it is like a kind of a kid, their son's in a coma after some accident, and they don't think he's going to come out of it, so they decide to. There's this firm that the dad works for, and said, we've got this robotic boy that can convey emotions, and we're going to test it out with you.
Is that the I See Dead People boy?
So that's the kind of first bit of it, right? Yeah, it is. That's Haley Joel Osment, yeah.
Aye.
And the second half of it is more like kind of him, the wee boy, like it's like I want to be a real boy, like Pinocchio. So it's that. So it's like almost like two different movies.
Very similar as well.
So good, so emotional, so heavy.
All right, I'm definitely watching it.
Aye. Some quite boring bits, James, in it. So you're definitely.
That's right up my street. definitely. I'll talk about that just shortly.
Aye. So yeah, it's beautifully filmed. There's a robotic teddy bear in it. It's brilliant. The special effects in it are dynamite. Fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, then I'm going to go. I am going to go Alien, Ridley Scott.
I wish to register a complaint about this one.
I thought you might.
What?
Do you think that's
why?
horror?
Because this isn't a sci-fi movie. This is a horror movie.
Could be argued. I
would like to register a complaint against your complaint.
Why?
Don't do it yet.
Honestly,
spaceship.
That doesn't make it sci-fi.
Yes, it does. It does in my book.
Don't do it yet. Have that discussion later. Right.
Go for it, Jody, because I'm on your side.
yeah, Alien, Ridley Scott.
Horror movie.
Full
No,
sci-fi.
It's not. It's full sci-fi, definitely. I know what you mean, Sloan. I know what you mean.
I don't.
I'm with you to a certain extent. But it's the opening scene of that. I mean, we watched that when we were kids. Remember?
Oh yeah.
We're probably all about the same age, so we probably will watch it about the same time when we were like not quite teenagers. We shouldn't have been watching it.
Not been watching
that
it.
moment when they go down and that egg bursts open and goes onto John Hurt's face.
Yeah,
that's mega.
Like that before in our lives, These
real
gritty sci-fi.
That, but the first bit is the lighting. They couldn't get the lighting right, and apparently the Who were next door rehearsing their tour, and Ridley Scott went next door and said, "Can I borrow some of your lights?" And that's the lights you see in the background and in the hatchy egg bit. And the
that's
other
cool.
He wanted to get a sense of scale, so he got small space suits made up for his kids, and he put the kids in the space suits and used them as the cat. So when you see the characters going through the bit from the long shot, that's actually his kids, not the actors themselves.
Really?
No way. Back that up with Alien.
Didn't know that. I love learning new stuff. Aliens. The chest burst. There's so many great scenes in that movie.
Many.
The fact that Sigourney Weaver is the hero in it. That was kind of unheard of back then.
They all got kind of their start there. I mean, Sigourney. Other than Tom Skerritt, who just, he did die in the corridors. He was the captain. Go and talk to Mother. Yeah, Captain Dallas. His star was on the wane at that point, and I think he was trying to that was going to be his next big movie kind of thing. But everybody else, it was their big break. I mean, Sigourney Weaver went on to great things. Ian Holm did as well.
Yaphet Kotto
as well. Who's
he done what was he in? Live and Let Die.
Harry Dean Stanton.
Was he not in Midnight Run as well? He played the FBI guy.
I think he always plays an FBI guy.
I think he always plays an FBI guy.
Probably.
He was actually such a grounded character. That was watching him. He was just angry at stuff. He was just he was a little bit bored in space because it was mundane, and I was just whereas if we were in space, we'd go, this is amazing. But that was his I can't be bothered with this. I think he's brilliant. He's so good.
Yeah, there was these two guys, and it was clearly a job, and they hated the company, but it was money.
Aye, totally. That's a great thing.
Yeah,
that really, really makes you believe it.
And to that point, it is sci-fi because the whole point of sci-fi is it's sci-fi to us. It's not sci-fi to the characters.
Exactly.
And when a movie starts realizing that it's sci-fi, then that's when it goes wrong. So for those guys to be grounded and just moan and complain about the company and companies out for themselves,
I love that.
Especially the bit where they're looking for Jinx, the cat, Jinxie, and they're just bitching about everything. Why is it we've got to come down here? Why don't any of the officers?
That's about when Harry Dean Stanton and that the guy you're talking about is they're together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why do you think when he was looking for the cat, right? What was it? Jinxie? Was it Jinxie?
Jinxie, I think it was Jinxie.
Was it not? Is it not Casey? Or maybe it was Jinxie. I don't know. Anyway, but we're in this kind of
show a bit of humanity.
No. I was just going to say in this hangar, it wasn't pouring rain. It was hundreds of water dripping.
Aye,
do you remember?
I know.
Yeah.
And then you were confused at the kind of the lighting hitting off this dark surface here and the dark surface here, and then all of a sudden he just gets taken.
No,
just
atmosphere, James.
Aye, it was brilliant. A brilliant film.
Yeah, I was going to say something interesting about it, but
Ian Holm as Ash is brilliant.
Super creepy,
he is, isn't he? Especially when it's just his head on a table, all that stuff coming out his mouth.
All that milk.
Aye, it's so real looking. Horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, full sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to agree to disagree, Sloan.
Okay.
It's all we
So okay.
Okay, then I've got The Thing.
Okay, seriously, come on, dude.
The original.
This is a horror movie.
That's not. The original. No, not the original.
Not the original.
John Carpenter's
version.
Aye.
The 1982 version.
With
I
your
don't
man
think I've seen the
Russell.
original movie of that.
I have.
As much as I
It's not as
like.
good as the original. It's not as good as the sequel, the remake.
So it's a little bit boring, but I
was
like it.
okay. I thought it was okay. It wasn't, it didn't. It was a good homage, but it was like a prequel to The Thing, even though it was called The Thing.
Aye, what is a prequel to it?
Pre-thing.
Pre-Thing. Even though it was called
The
The
Thing.
Thing, which was a bit confusing, really, because it wasn't a remake.
Was it not called Hang Me?
Hang Me.
That's a Scottish remake.
Hang Me.
That's it. Hang Me.
There's a hang me in the closet. What do you
The
mean?
Scottish version. Somebody
Hang
used
me.
to do that.
Hang Me. The Hang Me.
Ugh.
Hang Me.
Oh God, it's got me.
It's got you.
I mean, the whole thing about The Thing is the paranoia factor about it, and it's kind of almost like a whodunit, isn't it?
Aye, definitely.
Who is Hang Me?
Who's hang me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the thing me? Yeah.
And I think I'm at number one now. Have I done them all?
It's your last one. I've got you at number 10, but you've got number 1. So.
Ex Machina, Alex Garland.
I'd say Ex Machina, to be fair.
Oh, would you? Am I saying it wrong?
I would say.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine. I agree.
Nerds.
It's nerd. It's fine.
Actually, it's pronounced
Actually. I need my glasses. There you go. Actually, it's Ex Machina.
Well, actually, I think you'll find. Anyway,
I believe he pronounced his name Alex Gardon. Garland. Yeah, damn it.
Aye. A movie from 2014. It's the most recent one on my list, actually. He's fantastic. He's was a writer. Wrote loads of books. Tesseract, The Beach, and he is now a fully formed director. He's a filmmaker, and that was his first movie, Ex Machina. Machina?
I personally say Ex Machina. If I'm wanting to watch it with a family and the kids, I'm saying, let's watch Ex Machina.
Yeah. It's another one that's great. It's got 2 actors from Star Wars as well in it, who are brilliant in it.
Oscar Isaacs.
And what do you call him?
Gleason, whatever his name is. Brendan Gleason.
Donald Gleason.
Donald Gleason.
Donald
Gleason. Brendan's his dad, isn't it?
Donald. Aye. There's your trousers. Gleason.
Donald Gleason.
It's brilliant. I love it. It's a kind of mind melty movie about if you believe in a robot is real and you could fall in love with it or have an emotional attachment to it and stuff like that. Love it.
Yeah, it is a great film.
Yeah, fantastic movie.
So that's me.
I really like it.
Nice one.
All right, so
nice 10.
You had the Close Encounters, The Fly, Time Crimes, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Alien, The Thing, Ex Machina, Planet of the Apes, Invasion of the Body
Snatchers,
and AI is your sort of top 10. That's awesome.
That's pretty sci-fi.
It's a good selection. I mean, other than the fact 2 of them are horror movies, but whatever. If you agree with me, thumbs up. If you disagree with me, then just leave a comment. Don't thumb down the video because that doesn't help us at all. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button and the notification bell and we'll come back with James's top 10 in the next one. So
cool.
Stay tuned for that. See you guys
Nice
next
one.
time.
Thanks.
Bye.